Hi, I'm Kevin with Trees and Trends, and in this phase of our how-to videos, we're going to work on the upper portion of our mantle area. So we're going to work on wreath and teardrops and so forth. So for my wreath, I've chosen our Grand Majestic wreath from our My ForeverTree line. This is using fir and juniper and spruce foliage. Very, very realistic. So when you use a wreath with foliage of this quality, which has been molded from the real trees, you don't really need to use a whole lot of decoration, which is really becoming more and more the trend with a lot of people these days. It's a more expensive wreath, so you really don't want to cover it up with a ton of decorations. You want it to be seen and admired by all of your friends and relatives. In addition, this wreath is also pre-lit, and because of that, and it's battery operated, it can go indoors or outdoors anywhere you want. It is fully waterproof and just uses 2D batteries. So you just pop those in, and you've got a control here where you can turn it to being on 24/7, or you've got a timer function on 6 hours and off 18. And also it can become either all white lights or multicolored, depending on which you want. So you merely turn it on when you want it to come on and just forget about it and let it come on at that same time every day. Now, we've got the wreath chosen. What are we going to put on it? As you can see here, with what we've already done on the mantle, we're going to be using the 4-inch birch ribbon that I've chosen, which is wired. Wired is always easier to work with. It also holds up for much longer because year to year, of course, you pull your ribbon back out and it's always gotten mashed or something. With the wiring, you can reshape it. We are going to, of course, tie a bow. So for those of you who may have some difficulty with tying a bow, or you still haven't mastered that yet, please look online for the How to Tie a Bow video. Now, we're going to start off with figuring out how long to make the tails. So, lying along the wreath, I want the tail to come toward the bottom of the wreath fine. So I'm going to lay down here and figure out that this is about how long I want the longest tail to be. And then I'm going to pinch this in and pleat it. And you see, this is tight. I see a lot of people when they're doing this and they're like, okay, this is not tight and this is not going to work and your bow's not going to be pretty. So really pinch that in and hold it. Then you're going to do that half turn like you've seen in the others, and you're going to make your loop. And you're going to repeat that. And for this, we're going to do only 3 loops. And then we're going to pull down and trim our ribbon on this one. And then we're going to use our buffalo check the same way. Now you can cut your ribbon at an angle, you can do a double point, you can do anything you wish. You can roll the edges. That's strictly your preference. Okay, again, pinch tightly. Do that half twist. You do that half twist again to really make that loop stand up. Give it a little extra body. So you're making that fabric work for you. Again, 3 loops. Pull the ribbon down. trim. Now the wire I'm using today is a cloth wrapped wire. You can also use chenille stems, but the cloth wrapped is thinner so it doesn't show quite so much. The cloth wrapped I like to use because it's gentler on your hands. It also grips itself easier. Pull very, very tightly. Wrap. And tie onto your wreath. So that you've kind of got those under control, and then work on getting the loops shaped out. Just put your hands inside each loop. And pull those out so that you got a nice looped shape going. All right, now you could stop there, and because this is such a beautiful wreath, you know, really you already have something truly beautiful going. But because we have a theme with some gnomes, we're still going to add a couple of those. I have here these little guys with the dangly legs, and all I have done is again taken the cloth wrapped wire and inserted it up through the fabric and hat of each one. And I'm just going to tie that into the wreath on each side. Again, notice I'm not using any glue on these, so from year to year I can change out my theme, I can change out my ribbon, and I haven't damaged the wreath in any way. So I'm not set on anything because I haven't done any permanent damage to anything. This way, you know, if I change my mind, I can use my gnomes in a different location, I can use my bow in a different location, and I can use my wreath any way I want to. And I can change it up and really maximize the use of my money and my investment. Just that quickly. I have a cute themed wreath. This little guy is wanting to turn toward his brother there. Okay, and then you're ready for hanging. So we're going to hang this one. Now, in addition to that, in hanging, I found this very unique hanger, which is based on an old pulley. So I'm going to put that right up here, and it holds a candle. So I've put another one of the motion flame candles to carry the light on up. And then I'm going to hang my wreath. Okay, and then on each side, just to show you, I've already done the teardrops, which match the garlands on the mantle, done the very same way as the wreath. You have your bows tied and just another little gnome with the wire tied around him under his beard. And those can hang on each side to frame out your entire scene. And those are just going to hang on each side, just like so. And we use our remote to turn our candle on. And you're good to go. And now you have all of your fireplace area complete. And there you have your entire look using ForeverTree product as well as decorations from Trees and Trends.